Hi everyone, and welcome to the special holiday edition of Southside Dodge Rebels this week. Merry Christmas, Merry Kalikimaka, Feliz Navidad, Joyous Noel, however you want to say it. We're all glad that you've made it to the holiday season safe and sound, and that the Rebels have made it through the first half of their WHL season safe and sound. Boy, has it ever been eventful. Eventful doesn't even begin to describe the first half of the season for the Rebels. Even before the year started, things got off on an interesting note with the return of a familiar face to the front office.
We as an organization are going to restructure our hockey operations side of it. Today I'll officially become the general manager of the hockey team.
It's a move that makes sense on many levels. Sutter can apply his experience and his passion into being the GM. Wallen can now focus solely on his passion for coaching.
It's important to make sure that you have all your bases covered on the hockey operations side of it as it is on the business side of it. And as a general manager, you gotta have your finger on the pulse on it all the time. And you are the leader of the pack, and this way Jesse can focus in, like I said, on coaching, and it's very cut and very clear. Clear cut what we're doing.
As a coach, to be able to really just focus in and not have the responsibility of the player personnel and those types of things, and have someone with with Brent's experience and Brent's expertise, and to be able to take care of that for you as a coach, I think is huge, and I'm really looking forward to having that.
Sutter said he thought about making a GM move for the better part of 3 months. He even considered going outside of the Rebels organization to fill a position, but continuity was the deciding factor in taking the job himself.
You bring a new general manager in, it's not his coaching staff, it's not his scouting staff, and then you see someone that, that all of a sudden wants to make a bunch of changes with personnel, and I didn't want to do that.
And while both Sutter and Wallen could find themselves coaching in the NHL at some point in the future, both men say they are in absolutely no rush to do so.
I do know I am owner of this hockey team, and this team is tattooed to my behind, and it's something that you put a lot of work into over the years, and now being back here, I just felt that I'm best suited for being the general manager, and at this point in time, and allowing Jesse to grow as a coach and get our team to the next level.
As I've told Brent, my focus has always been here in Red Deer, and pro hockey hasn't been something that I've pursued as a coach at this point in time, and yet I think there's a part of everybody that wants to compete at the highest level, and if that point in time comes and I earn that opportunity, it's something that I would entertain. But right now I'm focused on the Red Deer Rebels, and we want to have success here and get to where we all want to go, and I think this is a step in helping us achieve that.
And as we've come to realize since then, Brent Sutter has definitely put his stamp back on this Rebels franchise. Matthew Dumba, boy, what an exciting 2012 for him. Among the highlights, living his childhood dream of being selected to the NHL.
With the 7th selection in the 2012 entry draft, Minnesota is proud to select from Red Deer, the Western Hockey League, Matt Dumba.
Rebels fans everywhere were smiling on that Friday night in June when Dumba was taken 7th overall at the NHL entry draft by the Minnesota Wild. What a moment it was.
When I heard my name called, I know my whole family was ecstatic, and little brother was crying, mom was crying, my dad was just so happy for me, and I just ran up to the stage, and it was a great feeling.
Dumba was the 3rd Western Hockey League defenseman taken in the top 10 of the draft, behind Ryan Murray and Morgan Riley. He admits it was a pleasant surprise to be selected by the Wild, as he really had no idea they were interested. Soon after the draft, he was off to Minnesota, taking part in the Wild summer development camp.
Going into camp, I didn't really know what to expect, and I was just trying to absorb as much information as I could and learn from all the guys around me. One of the big factors in that was sitting beside Marco Scandella, and he's a veteran guy who played the last 2 years up and down in the NHL, and he was great. He just kind of took me under his wing and kind of showed me the ropes and how to work hard. He came to the rink every day and worked hard and wanted to improve, and I really respected that.
And if you thought Dumba would be changing his style of play to try and impress Minnesota's coaches, Just ask this poor victim of another Dumba bone crusher.
It just happened. I got a little lucky in one of the development games, and a hit just came along, and I finished it.
If he keeps that up, Dumba could soon be finding himself playing alongside the likes of Ryan Suter, one of the Wild's 2 big free agent signings this offseason. He's also a perfect role model for a young up-and-coming defenseman.
That'd be awesome. To have that opportunity maybe one day, it would be great, and I know it'd be great for my development. So I know everyone in Minnesota is excited for his arrival, him and Zach. So I guess there's big things in the future for Minnesota.
Now, if being drafted to the NHL were all that happened to Dumba during the offseason, it'd still be a pretty darn exciting one on its own. But Matthew also suited up for Team Canada not once, but twice. The first time coming just after the end of last season at the World Under-18 Hockey Championships.
Whenever you put on that Canadian jersey, it's obviously an opportunity, and you take so much pride into it, and it's an honor. But at the same time, you want to play your best, and with playing well and just doing your thing and playing good and being successful, you get opportunities. And one of the opportunities was that series, and I was able to play in it, and I'm very thankful for that.
In leading Canada to a bronze medal, Dumba led the entire U18 tournament in scoring. That's the first time any defenseman from any country has accomplished that impressive feat. Just last month, Dumba suited up for the 4-game Canada-Russia Challenge Series, which primarily was a showcase for this winter's World Junior hopefuls. Dumba says playing at both events was a great learning experience.
Just little things like getting your head up and how to approach certain plays, and boxing out in certain situations, and just little things on the defensive end of things, and when you have the puck, and try not to overstick handle it, and just moving it up the ice, just little stuff like that.
The Rebels, as we've come to expect, proud partners of our community and great initiatives all over Central Alberta. And once again this year, they're doing their part to help the AMA promote their None for the Road campaign.
You're not necessarily feeling like you can't walk, but try them on and we'll see what it does to your balance and your concentration and stuff.
Yeah.
Basically what we've done is we've put these beer goggles on athletes all over the province, football players, hockey players, and the idea is it simulates alcohol impairment at different levels. And we want to see what their motor skills are like, their depth perception, their balance, their concentration, and give them a sense of what it's like when you've had a couple of drinks.
Definitely a lot harder to skate, a lot harder to handle the puck, and I don't know, it was just weird. I couldn't focus, or my balance was off. My motor abilities were not where they should have been.
I don't want to puke. I got to still.
It just affects your whole balance, your whole perception of where you think the puck and everything is. It's pretty crazy.
These are ones that aren't even making me feel that drunk. Then I can't imagine what it would be like to be a lot more drunk and trying to drive or do anything of that sort. It would definitely be dangerous, and don't recommend it after doing that.
These athletes are in a great position to influence young people. They go around to high schools, the audiences that come to the game. It's a great message, and we want to tap into their leadership abilities and help them share the message that when you've had a few drinks, it's not safe to do your job, whether your job's playing hockey or driving your friends home after a night out.
Having this knowledge will obviously help me talk to kids and tell them that they shouldn't be doing things like this, and that it's definitely dangerous and not good for anyone.
It's something that I think everyone should know, and that it's not something to joke around with. It's fun out here and fun to kind of get on the ice and put on the beer goggles and whatnot, but in real life, when it comes down to when you're drinking or doing anything with alcohol, it's not a joking matter, and you got to take things very seriously.
Coming up after the break, we'll check in with the Rebels captains for the 2012-2013 season. We'll meet a pair of new defensemen, and we'll go in the corners with Wally.
I just want to wish all the fans a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
I'd like to wish my friends, fans, and family a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
On behalf of all the Rebel players and myself, I'd like to wish all the Rebels fans and people of Red Deer happy holidays and a Happy New Year.
I'd just like to wish all our fans a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
I would like to wish a very Merry Christmas to all my family and friends. We would like to wish our friends, family, fans a Merry Christmas
and a Happy New Year.
Welcome back to the show. When we hinted moments ago that Brent Sutter put his stamp on this Rebels hockey club, he did so in a big way when he traded Adam Kambites to the Saskatoon Blades. That meant the Rebels needed a new captain for this season, and they chose Turner Elson to wear the C.
The writing was on the wall. Immediately upon acquiring Brandon Underwood from the Regina Pats, it meant that one of Charles Inglis, Adam Kambites, or Turner Elson was on his way out of Red Deer. When D-Day came and went, it was the captain who was packing up his things. Kambites was traded to the Saskatoon Blades for 17-year-old Christian Stockel and a third-round draft pick. Rebels general manager Brent Sutter said deciding on which player they were going to move wasn't an easy one.
You know, it's never easy to be able to tell a player that that's been here for 4 years and was your captain that you're moving them on. But there's decisions that have to be made, and I can't let it get attached personally with me. I have to be able to separate that and make sure that whatever decision I make is the right decision for the organization, just not today, but in the future.
As much as it was about getting down to just 3 overaged players, Sutter felt that the move was also about allowing head coach Jesse Wallen to redistribute the ice time to some of his younger players.
But our young kids need to be given opportunities to put in situations that they can grow in, and our coaching staff recognizes that, and my job is to implement it, and that's what I'm doing.
As tough as it was for the GM, the trade was just as hard for the players, some of whom have spent their entire WHL careers with Kambites to this point.
Yeah, it's really tough to see Adam go, but I'm still happy for him. It's a great opportunity. The things that can come out of Memorial Cup and the opportunity that he's going to get is great for him.
Yeah, I was pretty sad. When I came into the league as a 16-year-old, he was obviously 17, and I really looked up to him even at that point in time. I thought he was a leader. And just growing up with him, coming up in the league, he was just such a great guy and a good friend. And it was obviously tough he had to go, but I'm happy for him. He's going to be on a team that's got a buy-in pretty much to the Memorial Cup, so I hope he does really well there and exceeds there and fits in well.
With the move, Inglis, Underwood, and Elson all remain safe, and the trio will likely finish their careers here in Central Alberta. Still, despite not knowing the deal was coming, it didn't make it any easier for one player in particular whose time in Red Deer was spared.
He was one of my best friends and great player, great leader, and I'm just going to try to pick up where he left off, and that was just being a great captain. That's what I got to do.
Elson will wear the C for the remainder of the season as the Rebels captain, flanked by Underwood, Matthew Dumba, and Joel Hamilton as alternates. Elson is aware of the baggage that comes with being named captain, but feels he's up for the challenge.
You got a little bit more responsibility, you got a lot more things to focus on, but it's a good responsibility, and it makes you better as a leader and as a person. So it's a good thing to have right now, and I'm going to enjoy it and try to work with it.
It was a tense week and a half for the Rebels and fans alike, as the decision on who stayed and who left had to be made. In the end, Sutter and his coaching staff feel they made the best decision possible for the organization, even if it was a move that was difficult to make.
I have a plan in place, and I'm going to follow through with it.
For Rebels This Week, I'm Jared Waldo.
Another move made by Brent Sutter saw Brandon Underwood join the Rebels from the Regina Pats, and it's been a good move for both Brandon Underwood and young Hayden Fleury. The two have developed quite a mentor-pupil relationship.
He'll dump it in as he gets hit by Underwood, puck behind the Rebel goal.
He was acquired by the Red Deer Rebels for a couple of different reasons: size, grit, and experience. But it's that last attribute that makes 20-year-old Brandon Underwood so valuable to the Rebels right now. The overage defenseman was brought over from the Regina Pats to help mentor a young blue line, specifically youngster Hayden Fleury. Underwood's taken the role seriously since arriving in Red Deer a few weeks ago.
When you come in, you don't really know too much about the league, and just stuff you learn from older guys, like just coming in every day and working hard and just learning things, not even about hockey, just stuff away from the game. And I think it's huge. I mean, obviously as an older guy, you're looked upon, whether you like it or not. And, I embrace it, and I think it's huge. And, for Hayden, I think he's got a bright future ahead of him, and any way I can help him, that's what I'm going to do.
Underwood and Fleury have been paired up since day one of Underwood's arrival with the club. The grizzled veteran of over 200 WHL games has enjoyed playing with the 16-year-old rookie so far.
When I came in, Mr. Sutter told me about I'd be playing with Hayden, and so far it's been good. I mean, he's a really skilled young kid. He's got a lot of skills for his age. He's got a good base of talent, and I think we've played pretty well together so far.
For his part, Fleury has enjoyed playing with Underwood, and the two seem to have found a nice balance together as a tandem, something the younger D-man feels has helped him out this season.
He's really good to have back there. You know, he kind of keeps me calm and patient. When I get too riled up, he's always just telling me, just keep it even keel, and I really like it.
It's the finer details of the game that Fleury is grateful to have an older player like Underwood around for. In a close game, in the heat of the moment, Fleury says that having his partner to keep him grounded is huge.
I haven't had that in-game experience like he has, so like late in games, 5 minutes left, he's always telling me what to do, just keep it simple. I feel more confident with the puck. I can skate it and be more offensive because I know he'll always be back and supporting me.
With Underwood's WHL career coming to an end following this season and Fleury's ascending quickly, the veteran D-man knows that the Rebels' back end will be in good hands with the rookie at the helm, noting he's improved already since the start of the year.
From the first game, I think he's improved a lot. He's got a lot of confidence, I think, already since when I came here. It's improved, and he's a good skater. He's not afraid to skate the puck. I think that's what he's actually been doing that a lot, especially last game. He had a few good rushes, so I think with being a young guy, a lot of it is confidence, and I think his confidence is coming along, and I think it's just going to get better.
For Rebels This Week, I'm Jared Waldo.
Hey, it wouldn't be an episode of Southside Dodge Rebels This Week if we didn't go in the corners, so let's do that right now with Jared Waldo.
The Red Deer Rebels enter the Christmas break on a high note with a victory over the Kootenay Ice. 11 wins in their past 14 games. Not too shabby for a team that struggled early on this season to find out who they were. But Brent Sutter has turned this team around. The boys have done a very good job as well. A lot of credit to them. But we can talk about the team after Christmas and the second half that will come with it. But I wanted to take this time right now on behalf of my wife, Janine, and my daughter, Jalen. And for the first time in a public forum, our second child that we are expecting coming in late June. On behalf of all of the Waldos in my family, I just wanted to wish you and yours a very Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. Thank you for reading RebelRebellion.com. Thank you for watching Rebels This Week online and on Shaw TV. And we hope to see you here in the second half of the season as the Rebels continue to move up the standings and secure that home ice advantage for playoff hockey. Read more from me all this weekend next on RebelRebellion.com.
Well, how's that for breaking news? A brand new addition on the way to the Waldo family in 2013. Congrats, Jared. We all look forward to little Wally joining us in the new year. In the meantime, the Rebels continued another annual tradition this fall by teaming up with their good friends at Annie L. Gates Elementary.
Charles Inglis. Number 24, Matt Dumba.
It's a great way to show kids what volunteering is. And it also shows that even when you're playing hockey, you still care about education because they're coming in, they're working with kids and showing that they really promote learning and wanting to come in and work with them.
The fact that we get to meet real hockey players and they just show you what it's like to be a Rebel.
We're going to be doing some writing with the kids. We usually interview the Rebel. The kids put them on the hot seat and ask them a few questions, and then the kids write a fantastic paragraph about the Rebel.
It's nice to come down here and just hang out with the kids, and they really look up to us, and it's nice to just give them a chance to meet with us and see us, and I think it really makes their day. These kids are pretty excited to have me in here, and it's a nice feeling.
It's awesome for the kids. They get so excited when the Rebels come to visit. It teaches them about volunteering, and we're learning about communities in our class right now. So it shows them that, dedicating your time to come and volunteer in our communities. We're working on patterning and math right now, so he's, hands-on with the kids. They love that. It makes them so much more excited to do the patterning and things like that, putting them to work.
I think that's an awesome thing. I think it's a great thing to do. It's really good experience to work with the kids and help them develop.
Pretty cool because not every school really gets to do this, and Yeah, it's pretty much once in a year time for us.
Don't give up, don't ever stop. Yo, Rebels, come out on top.
Coming up after the break, we meet some of the Rebels' new young guns.
I'd like to wish Merry Christmas to all of the fans, all the people, my family back home, and my birth family here, and I hope you have a good time. Šťastná veselé Vánoce, přeju krásné prožití nového roku a užijte si to.
I'd like to wish my family, friends, and my billet family a Merry Christmas.
Welcome back to the show. If you ever get a chance to sit and talk to Brent Sutter about his hockey club, chances are he'll mention how excited he is about his group of 16 and 17-year-old players. Let's learn a little bit more about them.
Out with the old, in with the new. In a roundabout kind of way, that's what Red Deer Rebels GM Brent Sutter is doing these days, trading away established, long-time players to give more ice and responsibility to the next wave of Rebel talent. Players like Corey Miette, Austin Ferguson, and Christian Stockel. These are the names that Sutter and head coach Jesse Wallen will lean to in years to come. Some say the trading of Adam Cambites, Chad Robinson, and Colton Mayer signals a change in a rebuilding direction. Connor Bleakley is in his first full WHL season and welcomes the challenge in front of him.
You know, I think it's a great opportunity for myself. I mean, all the young guys to get out on the ice and just kind of show what they got, and hopefully in years to come really benefit from that experience.
With extra responsibility comes extra pressure, and for Bleakley, who hasn't lit the lamp with regularity so he knows eventually he'll come around with time.
I think the pressure I put on by myself, I just want to go out there and play and have fun, and I mean the goals will come, and if I just enjoy myself out there, I think all the results will be pretty good.
Corey Miette is in his second season with the hockey club and has seen his stock on the team rise, especially with the recent rash of moves. The 17-year-old has had conversations with his GM and coach about what they expect out of him moving forward.
Yeah, the younger guys are getting more ice time. They aren't expecting much right now, but as in the future they will be, and they'll all be a big part of the team.
Like Bleakley, Miette knows there are expectations on him and the other youngsters on the team, but has used that as motivation.
It is pressure, but it's fun and it's a test, and I like that. Pushes me and makes me a better hockey player.
So what about the boss, and what does he expect from his youthful players? Head coach Jesse Wallen says the plan is to build the Rebels into an elite team, and to get there he needs his young players to learn how to win now.
It's important for those guys to be put into situations where they're going to learn and going to develop and be able to make some mistakes as well. Young guys are going to make some mistakes along the way, and they have to be comfortable on the ice in order to go out and play and get the ice time to develop and learn along the way.
With 8 players on the roster, 17 years old and younger, youth will be served in Red Deer for seasons to come. For Rebels This Week, I'm Jared Waldo.
After making a number of trades in an attempt to try and get this team jump-started, Brent Sutter saw no other options than to make a coaching change, letting go of a longtime friend in the process.
To be quite honest, it's not a good day at all.
In a season filled with plenty of wheeling and dealing, this by far is the biggest move yet. Here's the Coles Notes version of how it played out. After a tough 2-3 road trip capped off by an embarrassing 8-1 loss in Kelowna, Sutter and Wallen sat down to figure out what the heck was going on with their hockey club. Through a series of trades in September and October, Sutter raised the talent level of his team, but something was still missing. The desired results simply weren't there. Sutter and Wallen came to the same realization that the message regarding the need for consistent effort each game was not getting through. The players had tuned out the coach. Therefore, a change was needed.
He is a very, very good coach, but for whatever reason, the message just wasn't getting through to the players, and I don't have the exact reason why that was or has been the case, but Jesse recognized it too, and the right thing is to make change.
Given the long-standing, very close relationship between these two men, Sutter admits he had a tough time overcoming the emotions involved with this move.
Change needs to be done, and we're making it and moving forward. And it's too bad though. And like I said, I'm. It's not a day that I'm sitting here feeling good about at all. It's just not. And but I know it's something that has to be done.
When it comes to the timing of this move, Sutter says he couldn't afford to wait any longer to see if the Rebels could get it together on their own.
You start 0-6 in exhibition, you lose your first 3 regular season games, and it kind of put us behind the 8 ball, and we just haven't been able to really get any traction going. And you know, and we're a third of the way. Another game will be a third of the way into the season. So, you know, I just didn't want to go on any longer.
Even though the outgoing coach's message for his players somehow got lost in translation, the new coach is making it very clear his message reads much the same, and it's up to his veterans to start leading the way.
You know, outside of probably our captain, our older players, our 18, 19-year-olds and 20-year-olds have been up and down, and they got to get some consistency in their game and get going. Our 16, 17-year-olds, they're going to be good players. They need time to develop and grow, as do the other guys, but they're young guys in the league and still going through it, and you need that from your top-end players. If you're going to have success at this level, your older players got to step up to the plate.
Sutter gave no timetable for finding a new permanent head coach, but there is an early candidate. Jeff Truitt is the new associate coach, and he brings with him an impressive resume. It includes time with the Lethbridge Hurricanes, Kelowna Rockets, Camrose Kodiaks, Team Canada, and the American Hockey League. Sutter is excited to have Truitt joining his team.
Been through a lot as a coach himself, and with success at the major junior level, and had an opportunity to be a head coach and assistant coach at the American hockey level, at the professional level, and so to bring him in, a guy that's very knowledgeable and has a real good understanding of the game in that capacity is a huge plus for us.
While he refused to make any predictions about how successful he thinks the Rebels can be, Sutter made it very clear what needs to happen in order for success to take place.
I do know we need to be better. I do know we need to be a harder working team, a more disciplined hockey team in how we play. You know, and again, I know those are areas that Jesse was really focusing in on the team and wanting them to be, and but they weren't getting it. So, like I said, they're going to get it from a different voice.
Well, that does it for the special holiday edition of our show. Thank you all very much for watching, and on behalf of Calvin Bellows, our fabulous producer, and Jared Waldo, I'd like to wish you all a very safe and happy holiday season. We're going to leave you with some not-so-secret Santa wishes. What are the Rebels getting each other for Christmas? You're about to find out. We'll see you again when we bring you a brand new episode on January 8th.
Christmas time, if you could buy a gift for somebody on the team, who would it be for and what would it be?
That's a tough one. I'd probably get something for Kevin Pochak, and I think it would be a muzzle for his terrible laugh. God, is it bad.
I think I'd have to buy my D partner, Hayden Fleury, a new blankie. He's got a blue blankie he brings on the road. I think he's had it for about 10 years, and he can't sleep without his blankie, and it's pretty old and it smells, so I think I'd get him a new blankie.
If you could buy a Christmas gift for anybody on the team, what would it be and who would it be for?
You know, I'd probably buy something for Kevin Pochak, because he looks like Bambi out on the ice a lot of the times, and maybe chuck some training wheels on his boots or something so he's not slipping and sliding everywhere. Probably be my guess, and maybe something to fix up that hairdo.
If you could buy a gift for anybody at Christmas, who would it be for on the team and what would it be?
I'm feeling generous this Christmas, so I think I'd have to go with 2 guys. First off, I'd probably buy Jesse Miller an assist or a goal so he could get his first point. And I'd buy Dotes some new teeth.
Oh, I'd probably go with Connor Bleakley. I'd like to get him a soccer net because he has troubles hitting the net. So I'd probably be the only one.
If you could buy a Christmas present for anybody on the team this year, who would it be for and what would it be?
Well, I think I'd have to go with Joel Hamilton. He's a guy that I hang out with a lot, and I know what he hates, and I would just buy him a little leprechaun because he's a little man. And he doesn't like being called Little Man, so if you guys want to start calling him Little Man, he gets a little upset.
That's great.